Okay, so I've taken lots of phone calls about gents. Are we open? What can we do? So I'm just gonna quickly just talk you through some tips and tricks if you're gonna do this yourself at home. So ideally, if you've got someone at home that can sort of get around the back for you, then even better. So this is my model today. This is my husband who's been begging me for a haircut, so the perfect opportunity has arisen. Okay, so this is your clipper setting. So you want to push the lever so the blades are like that. Okay, as you can see that the clipper blades are angled. So as you come up the head nice and straight, you can see that that creates a natural graduation. If you go in and follow the shape of the head, you will not get that graduation. So when using the clippers, up nice and straight along the head, and then you kind of, as you come to where the head shape rounds off, you flick out. So it's that action that you're looking for. So if your hair is this sort of length, now could be a good time to consider a disconnected haircut, because obviously being able to train somebody to cut the top is kind of not ideal. So if you were kind of wanting to reduce the weight around the back and sides, you could quite safely clipper all the way from here, all the way through, all the way around, and then you could just gel in the top with a disconnected look. That's probably going to be the most realistic and achievable way of self-cutting. To get a blend is a little bit more tricky, but I will just give you some tips and tricks if you want to try and achieve this at home. So if you're going to disconnect, then I'd recommend sectioning off the top, as I've done so, and I've just taken it halfway around. And then what you want to do is clipper all the way up to this line here. So you literally take your clippers all the way up to the line, making sure you don't cut into that top section, and then you'll repeat the same through the other side. Then what you would then do is this would then all be nice and short. You take your clips out, and then this length that you would be left with on the top, I would then recommend just gelling down and just letting it sit just naturally over your clippered section. So if you're going to try and blend to the length on the top, then I'd start with working your way through the length of grade, so starting with your longest grade first. So in this case, I've gone for the biggest grade. Okay. So starting with your long grade, and I showed you your angle of the clippers earlier, so your lever is pulled down, placing your finger on the back of the grade, put your clippers, and as I was explaining earlier, you lift out as you approach the longer length on the top. Now what you want to do is imagine an imaginary line around the head, and just keep working to that imaginary line. As you can see, I'm just flicking out, and because of the angle of the clipper grade and because of the clipper attachment, you get a natural graduation with very minimal work. Hold there, thank you. So when coming around the ear, just be careful of the ear, and you follow around the ear, but again working with the same flicking out action, allowing the hair to just naturally graduating. So you can see that I've kind of got a bit of a weight line forming there. Again, this is self-cutting at home. I'm not expecting you to be perfect hairdressers, but it is a solution, and hopefully it will get you through the next couple of weeks until we're open again. Okay, so in order to just relieve some of the weight, so using your comb, just lift and just very gently lift the hair out and away from the head, and just allow your clippers with the braid on to just remove a little bit of weight. So I've now just swapped my grade, and now using a grade 3. So this is going to create that taper, and you literally then don't go quite as high as your initial first line, and you're working then just below and doing exactly the same thing, just flicking out just below that first imaginary line you put in. Same again around the ears, up the sides. And as long as you've got your finger placed on the back of the attachment, you should be fine. So now I'm going to swap to the next grade down. So now we go to the grade 2. Make sure your attachment is back. And not so much coming off there now. And now I'm going to come down to the next grade again and just taper around the hairline. And with this very short braid, you need to really just flick around and then just use to just taper in around the neck. And you can see that as a standalone, that would be acceptable just in its raw state without any other form of cutting.